This video was originally broadcast live on Twitch during Decaf Jedi's first year as a streamer. Expect janky video, questionable audio, and the usual poor gameplay. Enjoy!
Hey, welcome everybody to Retro Adventure Wednesday. Tonight I am going to be playing a weird little footnote in Blizzard's history. I'm going to be playing Warcraft Adventures, Lord of the Clans. It's a point-and-click adventure game that Blizzard began developing. It farmed out the development to a couple of different companies, but began developing in 1995. Eventually would abandon the game, cancel it in 1998, saying that it didn't meet the sort of high standards that Blizzard was trying to set for itself at the time. They felt like it just wasn't living up to that Blizzard level of quality they were looking for. Legend has it that some of the people at Blizzard had seen Curse of Monkey Island by that point and felt like their game really didn't measure up in a lot of ways to that. And as the industry was shifting toward 3D adventure games, this 2D Warcraft adventure got abandoned. A few years ago, it leaked online, and it is nearly complete. It's playable start to finish. I don't know if we'll make it all the way to the end tonight, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Really what's missing, a few animations here and there. A lot of the cutscenes are missing some voiceovers and some in-betweens on the animation. But otherwise, it's a fairly playable game. So rather than talk about it, I'm going to see if I can get it loaded up and get it running. It is a little finicky, so we will see if we can actually make it cooperate with us tonight. So I'm guessing we're hearing the music now. Maybe if we're lucky, we will also get the picture here soon to come through. There we go. I think it just appeared, hopefully. At least it looks like it's working on my screen. Okay, so here we are. This is Warcraft Adventures, Lord of the Clans, and we're going to start out with a sort of half-animated cutscene that gets us into the story. As you can see, the music and sound effects weren't complete here. The stuttering is part of the deal, unfortunately. At least for this intro. Once the game begins, it's a much smoother experience. So we have orcs clashing. This game takes place after Warcraft 2. This is it Durotar or Duratan? Who is Thrall's father? Either way, he's about to get killed by these orcs. And soon after, his mother, Draka, will also be killed. Without voiceover or any idea who these people are, that's a little hard to follow. That turned to camera, though. There's Draka. She's just seen her husband murdered. I barely know Warcraft lore myself. I studied a little bit for this stream, but I did go through a phase where I played a lot of World of Warcraft, and some of this I have left over. So you can see they're missing the in-betweens on this animation, right? This gets a little smoother here, though, for whatever reason. Now it looks like the D&D cartoon from the 1980s, right? Baby Orc. That's Thrall. He will go on to be War Chief and unite the clans. For now, he is being kidnapped by Lord Blackmore, something like that. Again, without voiceover, it's not ideal. He will raise Thrall, keep him in a dungeon, force him to fight in gladiatorial
22
battles.
years
Whoa.
have passed since Blackmoor found the young Orkling. 3 great wars between the human alliance and the Orcish invaders have laid waste to the once proud realms of Azeroth.
As I said, this isn't nearly as choppy once the game gets
Secretly
underway.
raising the Orkling within the confines of his prison fortress, Durnhold, Blackmoor planned to mold the Orkling into the perfect warrior. A warrior conditioned to human thinking, but with all the savagery of an Orcish heart. With
So the cutscenes
such a
stutter along.
creature under his control.
This is a very dramatic walk down a hallway.
Blackmoor hoped to
Manipulate? Yes.
The
Orcish clans.
Orcish
Hordes.
Horde.
This is horrible. As I said, less choppy once the game begins. The cinematics are really where the game struggles.
Control over the human nations of Azeroth.
Thrall.
It's animation magic at its best. Okay, I think I'm actually going to skip past this because it's getting pretty brutal here. And we're nearly where we need to be. Long story short, he's being kept as a slave, treated horribly, trained as some sort of secret weapon against the orcs. Let's jump ahead.
The lieutenant is having me executed at dawn. There's got to be some way to get out of this cell.
All right, so now we're in the game, and this is where it runs pretty smoothly.
If I don't escape soon, I'll be about a foot shorter.
Yes, it would be moving cinema if it were going just a tiny bit faster. I agree, Valnice, and thanks for joining me, everyone. Glad to see a crowd out for this. This is a fun, strange little game. I'm glad it's finally available. As you can see, we have sort of a verb coin style interface with talk to or eat, look, and interact with. Grab an old sock. One of the
I don't like the looks of this.
One of the unfortunate things about the game, and I suspect this is part of it being a game that was still in development at the time, is there just isn't a lot of flavor text. You can kind of interact with the things you're supposed to interact with, and not a lot more.
I see nothing special.
And there are lots of answers like that. Clancy Brown I guess I know him from Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, where he was the voice of Lex Luthor, plays Thrall, and it's a kind of odd portrayal. It's not how I would have imagined Thrall. One other thing that's kind of interesting about the game, and I bet this is a developmental debugging thing, pressing F1 brings up a list of all the hot spots in any given room. So that's kind of useful. Oh wow, thank you very much for renewing that subscription. I appreciate it. This is the last day of September, so if anyone feels moved to subscribe, you can get a nice little discount right now for doing it.
That.
Okay, so let's rattle the cage.
What's all the noise, you overgrown maggot? Ooh, feeling a little restless before the big show, slave. Well, it's understandable, you being a guest of honor and all. But until they come for you... Quiet! Just relax. Before the hour's up, you'll have a great weight off your shoulders. Your head! Oh, we're taking bets on which way your head will roll. But do me a favor, mate. Pull to the right a bit, would you?
So, right now, you know, for a game developed like 1995, 96, 97, I would say quality-wise, this is looking pretty good. I think where we'll see some of it maybe not work out so well is in the design itself. The puzzles tend to be very linear, very sort of just straightforward. Oh, rock and sock connection. Let's beat a lock off of this door. All right. We're free. I think this is an entire raid in the Caverns of Time in World of Warcraft to get Thrall out of here, and we've already done it in like 3 minutes. 45 minutes if you count that incredibly slow intro that we were watching a frame at a time. Okay.
The stonework around the window is cracked and brittle.
Or if that could be a clue. Let's look around a little more here. Grab a mop. This mop is going to end up being a very important part of Thrall's rise to War Chief. Alrighty. So again, nothing real fancy here. We can't reach the window. We're going to put a crate on the ground. We're going to climb on the crate. And then we'll just pry the bars off. He is wearing socks and sandals, it appears. That's an interesting fashion choice. It's bold.
This doesn't look good.
Hey! Did you see that?
Oh, see what? You seeing things again? I can smell a dwarf spirit on your breath from here.
Yeah, well, everyone's got to be good at something, right? I seen what I seen.
Can I talk to these guys?
Can't do that.
Can't do that, man. Okay. I actually played this a couple of months ago just to see if it was playable and if I could get it going. So I kind of know what I'm doing for this early section of the game. After we get past the first act or so, though, I start to lose track. So that's when things will get a little bit trickier. So let's see. We have the mop. Now we're going to do the most logical thing you would do once you had a mop in your possession. First, I'm going to re-imprison myself. Then we're going to take the mop. We're going to put it in the toilet hole. Right down the toilet. Now we have a slimy mop, which is a generous way of describing that.
The mop is coated with slimy water. I'd rather starve.
Okay, he won't eat the toilet mop. Okay, so when the guard came in earlier, he slipped a bit on this puddle. So we are going to make things even worse for him. And then we'll put ourselves back in our prison cell. And we'll rattle the bars again. Let's see if we can lure him back out here.
I said quiet, animal!
Quiet. Now I get it.
He's maybe dead. It's hard to say. He's quiet, which may be a euphemism in this case. Not only did he slip and have a terrible fall, but he slipped on turlet water, which is less than ideal. Ew. I thought we'd talk to him. Thrall means business here.
He's really out cold.
Okay, out cold, so maybe we didn't kill him.
He doesn't have anything I need.
All right. Look how confidently he strode up those chairs. Or stairs. Chairs. I know words. I know how they work. Ah, take that banner. Okay, let's look at the bulletin board here. What we have going
Cheap
on.
land being sold by the acre. Lord Iran contractors are rushing to the lands of Alterac, where recent government holdings are now up for sale to the public. Low-cost farmlands and room for expansion. Contact Ambassador Paranold.
We have a real estate development subplot.
Are you interested in a life of mystery and intrigue? Do you love adventure and excitement? Then come to the fabled kingdom of Dalaran, where the pursuit of knowledge is always a magical journey. Magecaster apprenticeships are available.
Perfect.
Tyrallion, Khadgard, Alaria, Danath. 1,000 gold pieces reward for any information regarding the whereabouts of these people.
I believe these were the heroes of Warcraft 2, right? At the end of the game, they like go through the portal or something and are lost forever. I believe in World of Warcraft, there were statues of them in front of Stormwind Castle, but it has been so long since I've played any Warcraft, I can't guarantee any of that's true. I may just be making up
Wanted
Warcraft
for crimes
lore.
against the sovereign lands of the Alliance. Dead or alive. Grom Hellscream and his Warsong clan. Grom Hellscream. He's like me. I gotta find him.
So I like this element of Thrall being in search of his own people.
Too much noise.
Too much noise to take a poster?
Too much noise.
I wonder if that actually doesn't go there. I played around with 1, 2, and 3. Didn't spend a ton of time with any of them. I enjoyed them, but didn't like obsessively play them. I don't know if I finished the campaign on any of them. I was severely addicted to World of Warcraft for a few years, though, and barely escaped. So...
It's tied around his neck.
Oh, key, eh? Nuh-uh. Okay, now we have a key.
It's locked.
I think the graphics in this game look pretty good. I mean, I think this compares favorably to a game like Curse of Monkey Island.
How can a man with such a moppy hairdo command such respect?
Moppy hairdo is going to be a big clue here. Okay, so some gloves. Check out this closet. Grab a robe. If you're thinking we're going to disguise ourselves and sneak out of this keep, you're absolutely right. There is a pin-up.
That looks like a closet.
This does have some Simon the Sorcerer vibes to it. At one point before they completely canceled it. Blizzard brought in Steve Moretsky to do a rewrite of it, but then decided that putting more money into the project to get it out the door just wasn't worth it, and then canceled it outright. Okay, so the pinup is just there for funsies, I guess. I love how he goes down those stairs. Okay, here we go. Back outside. Thrall is making his dramatic escape. So let's put on our disguise.
There's a mirror in the robe's pocket.
Score, free mirror. Always liking adventure games when you put on some clothes you found somewhere and there's a new inventory item hiding in the pocket. Found that charming for some reason. We have to cover up our hands. Those guards would definitely see green hands from up there. And as I said before, he had moppy hair. Take note, this mop was just in the toilet not that long ago. Let's stick it on our head. So now we're the spitting image of that monk, right? No way these guards will notice our green hands because we have gloves on, but our face is definitely still exposed.
Good evening, Chaplain Mathers.
Okay.
Stained glass. That's strange. It looks like an old wizard in an hourglass. Nah.
I'm not sure if you can die in this game.
Chaplain Mathers! No one's allowed past the checkpoint, you know that.
Okay, so we need to create a distraction. That's when our old friend, the Rockin' Sock, comes back into play.
What the hell was that?
We better check it out.
Okay, let's escape via catapult. So this is very slapsticky, which seems a little tonally strange for Warcraft to me. And a lot of this game falls into this same sort of slapstick comedy. It's an interesting choice. It's an odd choice. Okay. I kind of like this solution. When I first tried this, I assumed that he would like prop up the catapult with the gargoyle rather than firing the gargoyle through the castle wall, but you know, that works too. So let's make our dramatic escape while wearing a urine-soaked mop as a wig. Here's one of those choppy cutscenes again. It's almost better all chopped up, right? There we go. Thrall has made his escape. He gets rid of his wig. He gets rid of his robe that changed colors for some reason. And he runs straight at the camera like he's a member of the Super Friends. Here comes Thrall. Running at the screen. Probably he traveled through so fast through the air that the gloves burned off. I think that's what's likely going on there. That's right. Animation consistency costs extra.
I don't think I'm being followed, but I better distance myself from that place.
It's another wanted poster for Grom.
Grom Hellscream again? The humans despise him. Who is this orc?
Wanted for crimes against the sovereign lands of the Alliance. Grom Hellscream.
Wanted for crimes against the sovereign lands of the Alliance. Grom Hellscream. It is by decree of the Alliance that orc survivors of the Second War be permitted to live, provided they remain within designated military settlements, and provided their behavior remain docile and non-threatening to the established order. The Alliance High Command has reason to believe that Hellscream and his volatile Warsong clan have been prompting other clans in the region to acts of rebellion and insurrection against the regional wardens of the Alliance. Hellscream is believed to be highly dangerous, and the use of extreme force has been authorized for his arrest. He should be transported, if captured alive, to the nearest military outpost. Reward will be paid upon his return, or with proof of death. Last known whereabouts, southern Lordaeron. Travels widely.
So a couple of things. A, there's a little bit of a political plot going on here about orcs being moved into military settlements after the end of the war depicted in Warcraft 2. So we have that whole angle of certainly racial discrimination that's going on here. Also, it strikes me that, boy, the people of Azeroth, the fictional land of World of Warcraft, must be very literate, because this is a highly detailed wanted poster. A lot of reading going on there. A lot of exposition for a wanted poster. Okay, so now we have a map. Let's go over here to this crashed Zeppelin.
It's got a ruptured beam seal, a soot in a pesculator, a corroded snap gasket. This is gonna need a reshake. This is gonna need a full 7-point hemostatic reshake. Ah, where'd I put that blasted camouflage? Where'd I put that blasted Hey, you watch where you're walking. You almost stepped on a very delicate piece of machinery. Well, are you gonna stand there looking stupid, or are you gonna pass me that camouflage?
This is a fun character. I really dig, I think his name's Gazlo the Goblin. Let's see. I've got your camouflage right here.
I've got your camouflage right here, shorty.
Unfinished voice line.
Are you talking to me?
Oh, this is too good.
I think I'll just sit here and look stupid. Is this what you want?
What the hell is a camouflage?
Not that your feeble orc mind would understand, but the camouflage is one of the most revolutionary tools ever invented by the goblins. Essentially, it's a high-powered drill designed to attach the snap gasket to the Bleem Seal's intake valves. Now leave me alone.
What a bunch of junk.
Say, listen, this junk is highly advanced, state-of-the-art goblin machinery. I'm attempting to repair this Zeppelin, so I need to catalog all of its various engine parts.
Advanced machinery, huh? Looks like an advanced mess to me. Did you build this contraption?
Yes, I did. In fact, I built this Zeppelin from scratch. She's one of the finest ships ever built. She flew over 10 missions during the Second War.
Well, why isn't she flying now?
Well, that's exactly what I've been trying to find out, isn't it?
You don't seem to be making much progress.
Not much progress? Well, let's see you figure it out.
Thrall's kind of a jerk, isn't he? Saw Samaflange and the Revolutionary Tools when they played in town. I like that. Good one.
Maybe that fell off. It looks important.
Fell off? Fell off? Nothing just falls off a goblin zeppelin. What? Well, at least it's not one of those Tinker Trap flyers built by the gnomes.
So, this game doesn't so much have like conversation trees or dialogue trees as it does kind of like one big dialogue trunk that you just exhaust one at a time and don't really open up sub-questions very often.
Tell me more about gnomes, Goblin.
Small, hairy, bloated, and totally incompetent. What else do you need to know?
I mean, why do you hate them so much?
Because the goblins and the gnomes are at war. We strive to out-invent each other by developing bold new mechanical innovations. But us goblins are way ahead of them.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, I was on my way to a secret gnomish workshop to steal their latest plans for a revolutionary communication device. But as you can see, I'm having some problems with transportation.
I'll make a deal with you.
Gazlow.
Yeah, Gazlow. I will steal the plans from the gnomes while you fix your Zeppelin. Then...
Sounds good to me. When do you leave?
Then, you will take me wherever I wish to go.
Oh. All right. If you get the plans from the gnomes, I have to fly you wherever you want to go? Okay. But here, you'll need these. These are fake plans, designed to throw the gnomes off track. Substitute these for the real plans without them noticing. But be careful. They're crafty little buggers.
Yeah, you'd better be here when I get back.
Whoa, I'll be here. Probably still working on this damn machine.
I like when adventure game protagonists are just like weirdly confrontational with everyone they interact with. So what was that thing? A rotating gigaweaker. Let's walk up this way. So we have a quest. I guess in the grand scheme of things, we're looking for Grom Hellscream. More immediately, we have this plan to sabotage the gnomish inventors, so we can get a Zeppelin ride to where we want to go.
Looks like the bridge has collapsed into the chasm.
I agree. Good assessment.
Smoke from a fire. Someone must live over there. He must have been killed during a battle that took place here.
So we have some nice close-up scenes like this. I think this is a good move for a 2D adventure game, offering some close-ups, even if this one's a little gruesome, huh? Let's grab a spear. Nice animation there.
He must have been killed during a battle that took place here. Doesn't look like much of a talker.
We'll just loot his body. That's very World of Warcraft. And we'll steal our second necklace of the game. Yoink. This is probably a good time to save my game. Hopefully saves work. I haven't really tried them much. Okay. So on to meet the gnomes. Unfortunately, they have a few security devices installed. They're going to make this tricky. If you're just joining us, we're playing Warcraft Adventures, the strange little game that Blizzard canceled in 1998 in a near complete state. It sets up a lot of the lore that would eventually form Warcraft 3 and particularly World of Warcraft. Nearly all of these locations we're visiting appear in one form or another, even if it's just a little Easter egg in World of Warcraft at some point. This was also adapted into a novel by Christie Golden under the title Lord of the Clans. Blizzard felt like the story was important enough that it needed to be told, so when the game was canceled, they turned it into a novel instead. So we had that spear that we just grabbed from the orc, and we had the mirror that we found in our robes earlier. We are going to Space Quest 1 this and take these security devices, these electric orbs, and we're going to reflect their energy back on themselves. One down. Two down. And this will take out the third one. Without a sound effect. Again, this is a good example of where you can see some of the unfinished state of the game. There was a sound effect for the first two, but this last one didn't have it. But now we have a glass orb.
Maybe they don't want peddlers.
So this is where the gnomes live. We'll just walk in. To me, that's really charming. I like this this whole contraption, this security system. I want to watch that animation again. I kind of love it. The animation's very comparable to King's Quest VII, which is no surprise. Animation Magic, the company that did a lot of the art for this game, also worked on King's Quest VII. I can see some similarities there. What we're going to do, and I kind of found this out by trial and error when I played this game a couple of months ago, is stick this orb onto the welcome mat, take a step back, let the trap do its thing. Lovely. Okay, now we have some glass powder. Pick that up. It's hard to believe this gets a close-up, right? We're going to take our cool wrenchy thing, a custom animation for this little scene, and now we've made it into the oil tank. Let's drop some powder in there. Perfect. So we defeated the gnomish trap, so we can go into their laboratory. There's a few people coming into the stream. Welcome as we play Warcraft Adventures, Lord of the Clans. Also, if you're watching, if you'd like to slap a sticker onto the stream and interrupt it with a wacky overlay. You can just hover over the video display, select the sticker option for a few bits, slap a sticker on there. I have several custom Warcraft stickers just for the occasion.
You gnomes think you're so smart.
He permeated the perimeter's parameters. The lightning lamps have never failed us before. This thwarted the welcome mat of annihilation. But
The
fear
welcome
not,
mat of
he'll never
annihilation.
escape the snaggle bag.
So I'm trapped in a snaggle bag, and there's some pigs with jetpacks.
The prisoner has escaped the snaggle bag.
I can't believe it. I wove that snaggle bag myself, using only the most durable strands of elven yarn.
I want my dagger back.
Oh no, we prefer that intruders be unarmed when inside the workshop.
I could have been killed falling through that trap.
Yes, we know. It hasn't been working properly. Would you like to try it again?
This gnome has a little bit of like Robin Williams Mork energy going on.
The goblins destroyed your machine, and I came to warn you.
That's interesting. I could have sworn that I saw you pour sand into it.
Yeah, and I didn't see any goblins fall out of the snaggle bag.
I came to borrow a plunger.
So, someone's apparently informed you of our plans for the revolutionary horse-powered Kerbocentric Plungeothopter. I'm afraid you can't use that right now.
That seemed like a misplaced line.
If you don't have a plunger, how about a communications device?
I'm afraid we don't have a working one of those either.
This Plungeothopter sure sounds like a goblin invention I heard about.
A goblin invention? How dare you insinuate that we would stoop to their incompetent level? The goblins are capable only of inventing high-grade rubbish.
We, on the other hand, are mere seconds away from perfecting one of the boldest designs ever conceived.
Your design was probably copied from original goblin plans.
Goblin plans? Would the goblins have been able to produce this?
Imagine, if you will, a device that could transmit information over great distances without danger of enemy interception.
A device that could send two-way messages through the airwaves without employing roads or wires.
Imagine, if you will, the homing chicken.
Wow. What could I possibly say about such a unique device?
Yes, I can see that you're speechless in the face of sheer genius.
That is one way of looking at it.
Okay. The pig sound is the literal worst. Thrall being a jerk, just spilling some ale everywhere.
This stuff just makes me tired.
Same. Here's a gnome invention.
Compact data storage and retrieval system.
It's a wooden and metal floppy disk.
Whoops.
Full of loose papers.
How did the lieutenant get that nasty scar?
He was running with scissors.
Whose inventions are better, the gnomes or the goblins?
Yes.
If a horse-drawn carriage leaves Azeroth at dawn and reaches Stromgarde at dusk, what is the driver's name?
The driver's name is Frodrick.
What is my destiny? That's encouraging.
All right, I melted down the mechanical oracle. Screw these 5 pigs.
There's something you don't see every day. Maybe if I had some salt.
Oh. I was trying to figure out why talking to the pigs would require salt, but I guess the game interpreted that as eat them, eh?
Hey, what have you done? Get away from that.
He's activated the pig's flight packs. We've got to shut the machine down.
Don't touch anything. You could have damaged the rapid automated food delivery service.
Okay, so I've created a distraction. Go over here, and I will take the plants. Replace them with the fake plants. And then walk over here, completely innocently.
All technosophical staff, report immediately. We've got a problem. We've been going about this design all wrong. It's all right here in the schematic. The gyrating grommet attaches to the grill guard, not the modulator.
Conduit C goes to Terminal D, Terminal C goes to Conduit B.
This must be fixed immediately. Come quickly, we have much work to do.
I really like the gnomes, but I really hate the sound of being in their laboratory, or their workshop, I guess. Okay. Let's activate the pigs again. Thank you for slapping the For the Alliance sticker. And that's how Thrall escapes. Seems like that would have been a great point for a one-liner, huh? Yes, eat the pigs, enjoy hand, end the horrible sounds. Boy, it is a relief to be out of there. You know, earlier this week I was playing Daikatana, the John Romero first-person shooter from 2000, and it had the most brutal sound design. Just everything was constantly buzzing and like mechanical thrumming and sirens going off in the background, and it was just punishing to listen to. It wasn't a joy to play necessarily, but yeah, even the loading bar was loud, which is really a feat.
I knew I'd get this old heap running. Did you find those gnomish plans for me?
Yep. Here.
Oh no. Oh no, this is bad. This is worse than we realized. This design is brilliant. The homing chicken could easily tip the balance of our war in the gnomes' favor. Hey, wait a second. Don't they know that chickens are notorious for being disloyal? Their design
Gazlo's
can
great.
never work. Ha! The gnomes undone by the treachery of their own chickens.
Hey, look, I don't know anything about chickens. Now what about my ride? Can you take me somewhere?
Well, where do you want to go?
I can't think of anywhere to go right now.
Let me know when you do.
Oh.
Actually, that thing doesn't look very safe.
You could always walk.
I need you to take me to Grom Hellscream.
Rebellion? Reward? Hey, this orc is trouble. Big trouble. I don't know anything about it.
I'll worry about the risks. You just get me there. Remember, you owe me.
All right then, hop in. But if things get dicey, my green goblin butt is out of there.
Off to adventure. And a cutscene.
Let's get moving.
You got it.
That line read. Oh, let's get moving. Orc reservation. So we can get back on the Zeppelin later. Good to know. Let's save our game. Okay. Guessing we need to do some well stuff here. This is about when I stopped playing the game the first time I jumped into it. I wanted to save it for a stream, so...
Just like I thought. Empty.
Just like I thought, empty. Can I just take the bucket?
I can't break the chain.
Do I have any chain-breaking stuff? I don't suppose this would work.
Not here. Not here.
No. I'm gonna do it in front of all these snakes and lizards and stuff. Come on. Okay, let's go to the village. That green goblin butt seems like an unwieldy phrase. Yeah, you'd expect more breaking out of an orc. Intoxicated orc.
Dabu, Tagunka Thrall.
What?
I think I said hello. My name's Thrall. What's that you're drinking?
What do you think I'm drinking? Get your own share. This is mine.
You don't look so good.
Really? I thought this was one of my better days.
What did you mean by share?
Don't be stupid. You know that we each get a flask of black ale every day. This is my share. Go get your own.
Where do you get this black ale?
I ain't telling you. The less orcs in line, the better.
Are there any orcs who aren't drunk on that vomit?
There's a few of them around. Think they're better than the rest of us. Talk about destiny and rallying the Horde. Ha! The Horde is history. Here's to the future.
Never mind.
You know, I feel like this game is trying to say something about maybe Native American reservations here in the United States and maybe trying to draw some parallels there. I'm not sure if it's quite sophisticated enough to make that work.
Are you okay?
I will be in a minute. There. Now I'm fine.
You're hitting that bottle pretty hard, aren't you?
So what if I am?
No.
I killed 18 men and a half dozen dwarfs during the war. Now look at me, living in a settlement like a tamed animal. This ale's the only thing I got left.
Okay, so Tom, aka Satnav, redeemed Class in Session, which is my channel reward, where basically I talk about if I were teaching about this game in my politics and video games class that I teach as part of my day job, what would I choose to focus on? And I think probably the angle I would take with this, because I talk a little bit about Warcraft and I talk a little bit about orcs, I think I would look at this through the lens of othering and talking about how sort of the tendency to view those as different from us as being somehow inherently a negation of all that we believe ourselves to be. If we are noble, they're untrustworthy. If we are civilized, they are savage. If we are good, they must be evil. And look at how Warcraft as a whole tries to subvert some of those sorts of things with its portrayal of orcs, but it's not always super successful in doing it. I think that it aims to accomplish that, and you can see some of that in this game, where the humans are clearly the more brutal parties that we've seen so far, but yet the orcs are the ones who are being treated as sort of dangerous and almost reduced to the level of animals in that regard. So classes in session, that's probably what I would talk about if I was going to talk about Warcraft in my class. So thank you for redeeming that. Okay, looks like
we'll talk some other time.
These discussions with the drunken orcs are going around in circles. Let's see what lies inside here. Oh, it's a curio shop.
Oh, come in, come in. Oh, please feel free to look around. I've got all sorts of exotic goods imported from the islands of Kultiras to the flame pits of the Hellfire Peninsula. Oh, Zul'jin's rarities are renowned throughout the lands of Lordaeron. If you have any questions about the merchandise, just ask me.
I like the voice acting. Isn't Zul'jin? Again, I don't know if I have any actual big like Warcraft fans in the chat tonight, but I believe Zul'jin is like a pretty major figure in Warcraft lore. Like, I'm willing to think he like was a Trolls who united maybe some of their clans at some point. He seems that name seems super familiar.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, surely you have heard of the notorious Zul'jin.
Well,
it's true. I am Zul'jin, once the fiercest troll ever to flay an elf. It was I who single-handedly united the trolls and the orcs to wreak havoc and destruction upon the Alliance during the war. But alas, we withered in defeat. So, you want to buy a garden gnome?
Absolutely, Trusty, you lived up to your name. It seems like your memory is correct.
I'm new here. What can you tell me about this place?
After the Alliance destroyed the second Dark Portal, they stuck the orcs and their allies in stinking settlements like this one. Alliance troops guard the settlements, making sure that no one escapes. We live here like animals. Are you interested in velvet paintings by any chance?
Is there anything better than a curio shop in an adventure game?
Where can I find Grom Hellscream?
I don't know anyone by that name. Perhaps you'd be interested in a nice lamp?
How do I buy something?
Just show me what you have to trade, and I'll tell you if it's worth anything.
I'm just looking.
Genuine black velvet. I'm no expert, but I have an eye for fine art.
Who is it?
The king.
What happened to him?
We found him crushed under a very large pig that had a wild-looking device strapped to its back. He had the strangest grin on his face, so I decided to stuff him.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. Those
hey, thanks for dropping by. Absolutely, Trusty.
But they're
Take care.
marvelous, aren't they? A testament to my deal-making prowess. I got them from the orcs of the Shattered Hand clan. They wear those things in place of their ruined left hands. They traded their most prized possessions to me for ale money. Talk about desperation. My collection's almost complete.
Okay, so Shattered Hand, Clan, Blades. Very good. All right. Anything else interesting around here?
I've never seen this clan emblem before.
Oh, of course you haven't. That's the banner of the ill-fated Lightning's Blade clan, who never made it to Azeroth. I've heard that their initiation rites were so harsh, few were ever able to pass them.
What were these rites?
Well, young warriors of Draenor were forced to stand on top of the highest peak of the Blade's Edge Mountains and hold aloft their axes during a thunderstorm. Only those struck by lightning at least 3 times could join the clan.
Shocking.
Nice. Ooh, it's an arcane tome.
What's that?
Priceless. That's what that is. A book of spells used by an authentic ogre mage. You can't afford it. Trust me.
I'm interested in Zul'jin's outfit here. It kind of looks like a tarp that's been stapled up the side.
Oh, matching stemware from the Temple of the Damned. If you buy the set, I'll throw in a free spatula.
I think I'll pass.
Ooh, an
I'm
elf skull
told
lamp.
it's the actual skull of an elven ranger. It doubles as a handy lamp.
Okay, so I wonder if he wants the necklace.
Another dragon tooth necklace. I've had 4 come in this week already. I want to do business. This is all I can give you. It's from the Shattered Hand clan, but as you can see, it doesn't merit the... it doesn't quite go with my collection.
It's a hacksaw, just a hand-mounted hacksaw. Great. No, a free spatula sounds pretty good. You're right. For most adventure games, I feel like free spatula would go a long way. Let's go back and see if we can cut the rope on the well. I think here we're seeing a little bit of what's the real knock against this game. You know, it's pretty good looking. I think there's some decent dialogue that, you know, manages to be funny sometimes. It's very linear. It feels very much like point A to point B kind of puzzle solving. Let's see if this works. Now we have a pail, and I have a feeling we're going to fill this pail with ale, since that's the only liquid we've heard anyone talk about since we got here. Let's see if that proves to be the case. Let's slowly navigate around the map. Okay. Alright, clearly not how that works. There's an area out here. Gotta double click and skip to it. Yes.
There's 14 ways to skin a dwarf, skin a dwarf, skin a dwarf. 14 ways to skin a dwarf, and here is number 13. Wrap his beard around a plank, give that plank a mighty yank. Peel him right down to his shank, and now there's 12 more.
Hey, who invited him? This is a private party. No strangers join without my say-so. Not since those pig-rustling gnomes came around.
Pig-rustling gnomes?
I've been getting callbacks to the gnomes and their flying pigs. That's unexpected.
If you have something to say, say it. If not, get out of here.
What about pig rustling gnomes?
The thieving little devils came here last night when we were all passed out cold, napping. They snuck up on our camp, and by the time we came around, all but one of our pigs was gone.
How do you know it was the gnomes?
The pigs didn't fly out of here, that's for sure.
What happened to your hands?
Are you mocking us?
Does this amuse you?
Well,
of course he's amused. You are members of the Shattered Hand clan, the fiercest warriors in all of the Horde, and look what you've done to yourselves. Shall I tell you of our clan?
Zug Zug.
Zug Zug.
Zug what? Oh, okay. The Shattered Hand has an ancient tradition. When a young warrior comes of age, he cripples his own left hand with the hammer of the chieftain. The hand is then replaced with a weapon suited to that warrior's character. In time, the weapon becomes an integral part of each clansman. And would any of you like to tell this orc what you did with your weapons? I didn't think so.
What's that you're drinking?
Well, we were drinking black ale, but we seem to have run dry.
Ugh, flat.
Potent stuff.
Enough of this dribble. Who wants to sing another song?
We don't want to sing. There's nothing left to drink.
I'd give my left hand for some more ale.
That's far enough, stranger. You're not invited.
Can't do that.
Okay, can't get that yet. Can't seem to move forward. Maybe this isn't where we need to be right now. It's interesting. There was the bit a moment ago with Thrall saying Zug Zug as a stand-in for like affirmative or yes, and the other orcs not recognizing the phrase. The idea that they've lost their language. Again, certainly a little bit of a parallel to indigenous peoples and their treatment in many countries around the world.
You nibble that bone down to the marrow. There's no more meat left on it. Now shut up so I can think.
Sorry.
All right, classic two-headed ogre. Won't let me interact yet.
Look at you. Look at me, sitting here, bored out of my mind, while I should be practicing my magic. But no, you had to trade my spellbook to the troll for a leg of wormy meat.
Wormy, but tasty.
Uh-huh. Well, your little snack just cost me a lifetime's worth of study. Because of you, I'll never reach the level of mastery attained by Cho'Gall. I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh, I did.
Oh!
Still can't talk. Ah, here we go. Let's see what this ogre's up to. Hurry, Thrall. Faster.
Hey, we got a visitor. Maybe he's got some...
Begone, Orkling, or we'll pluck out your eyes and stuff the holes with burning cinders.
food.
I can't reach that.
Uh-oh. Okay, maybe nothing to do there quite yet either. Oh, hey, thanks for dropping by, Valnice. I appreciate it. Have a good evening. Take care. I wonder if now that I know a little bit about where Grom is, if I have new options. Nope. No. Everything looks the same here. We'll go back to the reservation. Okay. So I need L to give to the people up top. There was the L back at the gnome workshop. So I bet we're supposed to fly back there. Let's do that. So there's gonna be a wacky animation for every time he tries to grab the ladder. I like that. I guess we just have Gazlo on retainer now to fly us around anywhere we want to go, so that's handy. Luckily you can skip the walking to a new screen with a double click. I have no idea if that was the intention for the final release game. Oh no, the poor pig. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, it's the pig room again. This would be a great ringtone. Okay, so we have L after some backtracking. Go back to the Zeppelin. Yes. Hey, NBA Dad, good to see you. Yes, you jumped in just in time to see Thrall jump on top of a flying pig that have the worst sound effect imaginable. So glad you could make it for Warcraft Adventures. Okay, let's see if this plays off. Okay, it's one of the gnomish chicken inventions, the communication devices we saw earlier. I like the callbacks. I like that they keep little in-jokes running here. Okay, I may have just overwritten, or I may have failed to save altogether. Who's to know?
What's this? Ah, more black ale! Didn't I tell you this stranger would help his brothers out?
No.
Never mind them. Come join us. Eat, drink.
Have some meat. Join us. Now all we need is a good game.
Oh, a good game. We saw a card game elsewhere.
Another game. What game?
Okay. So now they like me because I gave them booze. So let's take that leg of meat. The ogre we met earlier wanted food. We'll cook the meat on the spit because he didn't like his wormy one earlier. It's gonna make us sit through this again.
How could fate have been so cruel?
If only that ogre mound hadn't collapsed on your head.
It's okay. It didn't hurt much.
Hurt much? I don't care if it hurt. It reduced you to a blubbering imbecile. Thanks to your incessant appetite, I don't even have my spell book to keep me occupied.
You seem awful upset. You must be hungry. I'm hungry.
So the game does do a nice job of sort of signposting its quests, right? Its puzzles. Like, it's very clear here that
I can't go any farther.
That we need to get them food. We're going to get the cards when we get food, give them food. We're going to give the cards back to the ogres up there at the campsite. So at least it's not leaving us completely in the dark. It's a fairly straightforward adventure game. With some fun character designs, right?
Doing? I don't want to go there. Hey!
Okay, let's see if we can steal the cards. Yoink.
My cards! Get back here, you thief!
Nice. So we just stole them. Yeah, the character art, I think, is really well done. It's definitely one of the strengths of the game. You know, the art was done by the same company that did King's Quest VII, and I think the art there was really one of the strong points of that game, too. You can really feel the common lineage. As I was saying earlier, I think it compares favorably to, say, Curse of Monkey Island. The palette's not quite as engaging, and maybe there's a little bit less artistic flair to it, but, you know, it's pretty well designed in that regard.
Cards! Ah! Let the gaming begin.
Yes, gaming!
But first, let's talk about price. What are these worth to you?
Nothing in trade. Nothing in trade?
What? What are you staring at? No, don't even think about it. No, no!
Yes, they're playing Hearthstone. That's exactly right.
This will do.
Oh.
Let the games begin!
Games!
Nice. Now who's gonna shuffle?
Okay, so I have... What did I get out of that exchange? Okay, they're all passed out. So as I was saying earlier, there's a debug mode that allows you to see all of the hotspots on any given scene. A little cheatsy, but... Okay. Can I just pick up limitless legs of meat? No.
Yeah.
So I could walk over to the pig pen. Or not.
Looks like the gnomes made off with their last pig.
The gnomes being pig rustlers is easily my favorite subplot of this game so far. Let's see if we can just walk on through now.
Thief! Return my cards or die in agony!
Dying in agony is highly overrated.
Okay, I got the claw hand weapon, which I guess the curio shop was still looking for. So let's go back there. Alright, let's go back to Zul'jin. I like that he, wants to be recognized as a customer. He's not content just to walk in the store. He wants to rattle those bones, let Zul'jin know that he's here. Thrall, throughout this game, is a little bit of a jerk.
Where did you... How did you... I'll give you anything in the store for it. Mine at last. Oh, go ahead. Take anything you want.
I'm going to say that we want to take that spell book that the ogre wants desperately. Oh, wow. Yeah, I would agree, ATM. It does have a little bit of that Ben and Full Throttle vibe to it. Yes, and an adventure game character being a jerk. Who could have imagined such a thing, right? Nice. Can I get other stuff, or is it just like...
pay me to take that.
I do like this velvet...
I don't want that.
Painting of the king.
I've had enough of gnomes lately.
You had a very fine interaction with those gnomes, Thrall. If anything, you stole from them. I don't know why you're mad. Ooh, a bloodstained saddle. I didn't see that earlier.
That once belonged to Lothar, the leader of the Alliance. That is, before he was mauled by a group of bloodlusted ogres.
That's bound to happen. Okay, so back to the camps, no, to the ogre cave. Let's return his spell book to him. Or to them.
I'll return your spell book to you, but in exchange for it, I want to speak with Hellscream.
My spell book? You've done a great service by returning this to me. But there's still no Hellscream here! Now be gone before I disintegrate you! Hey, we could trade that for more food. Ooh, the Eye of Kilrog spell.
I'm familiar with that spell.
Zahana, Graka, Knock. Oh. Aha! The dreaded rune spell. There's nothing quite like blasting unsuspecting humans into tiny bits. Goth Gara Nal Zandura. If you think returning what's rightfully mine makes you welcome here, you're wrong. I've warned you before. Now feel the wrath of Magrath.
Uh-oh. Hey, Barkmaster. I didn't realize that Clancy Brown was also Reinhardt. That's really interesting. I think I know him as... I know him as Lex Luthor in the Justice League cartoons, but that's interesting. I had no idea it was Reinhardt. I wonder if this gig led to that gig in some roundabout way, or if it's just a coincidence.
Zahana, Graka, Nak. What are you? No! No! Don't walk there! I just have to...
Oh no!
Damn, I'm good.
Damn, I'm good, says Thrall. This is such a different take on the Warcraft universe, and it makes sense at the time it was released. You know, beneath the RTS stuff, all the little bits of flavor in the Warcraft, early Warcraft games was pretty slapsticky and comical and everything like that. It almost makes sense that if you were going to make this sort of game, it would lean toward comedy rather than high fantasy a little bit. But I'm kind of surprised how much of that sort of damn I'm good kind of element is there. Uh-oh, cutscene. And if you're just joining the stream, maybe you haven't seen one of these cutscenes yet. This is where the game is still in an unfinished state. And these cutscenes have a way of dragging along and really struggling to animate. So this is one of the areas where the incomplete unreleased game feels very incomplete and very unreleased. But this is also the scene where we meet Grom Hellscream, apparently. So it'd be a shame to just skip over it.
So, oh, you got past old Mugrod. Huh?
Now, just one more thing before your blood paints these walls. Say it. Say it. Say it. Impressive. Impressive.
Now, just one more.
I hate to skip this since this is like what the whole game has been building to up to this point.
Before your
blood paints these walls. Blood paints these walls. One more thing before your blood paints these walls. Oh, you almost got walls. Gym walls. Someone slapped the gym walls sticker.
Who are you?
Gym walls will always get mentioned.
My name would mean nothing.
There it is. Thank you, Tom.
But yours means much to me.
Hellscream.
Hellscream.
It's so brutal. The poster unfolding is great. I carry a photo of you everywhere I go.
And you've come to claim
the reward? I like your spirit, whelp. Reward. I like
your
spirit. Spirit. Whelp.
Perhaps I'll give you a...
I like this little dragging ling he has. Honorable death. Honorable death. An honorable death. Instead of throwing you to the pit worms. Throwing you to the pit worms. Throwing you to the pit worms. Pit worms. Pit worms. Pit worms. Pit worms.
Loktar! Wait! I didn't come to fight. I came to talk. I know much.
This is such a pivotal scene. I really want to get through it.
I'll hear him out. And in all that
time, you never saw another orc.
You
never saw another orc? Another orc? You never saw one.
Another.
Nope. Never saw another orc. Not once. Not a single orc. 0 orcs.
Never. I've sworn to make the humans
pay for what they've done to me?
Pay for what they have done to me. Your need for vengeance makes
you strong. Very strong.
Strong.
Very strong. I wish the rest of the Horde had that kind of spirit.
The rest
of the Horde.
Of the Horde.
Had that kind
of
spirit. Spirit. Such a joie de vie.
Low the weak
and loathe the weakness and apathy that has infected the clans since the war. Weakness, apathy, and ennui that has infected the clans since the war. The war.
I've seen
this too. It grieves me.
It grieves me
deeply. Yes.
Will allow it no longer.
No longer. The Horde will be a force of war.
Be a force of
war. Once again.
Or once again.
Or I will die making it so.
Or I will die
making it so. Make it so. Engage.
I'd
this is like the
like
world's
to help
worst
you
ventriloquist act.
If I can.
Then you shall, young brother. Join us tonight at the fire circle. We
circle.
Call ourselves
the Warsong Clan.
The Warsong
Clan.
Warsong?
Warsong.
What?
This is so bad. Oh, it's brutal to sit through. Thank you all for watching this. This is the war song. You could be right, Rex. Okay, just gotta chop our way through this choppy cutscene a little bit longer. Hopefully, and we'll be back to actual gameplay. Okay, I'm assuming this is just... Whoop! I was going to say I thought it might just be bonding. And I was going to skip it, but now something's happening. Oh my goodness. Come on, Grom. Who's this orc with Wolverine hair?
You! Get out!
Okay, no Black L for the Warsong clan. Good to know.
Go!
For anyone else. For anyone else.
Anyone
else
who wants to drink that
poison. Poison.
How
never trust a big orc and a smile.
Can we be powerful if we
pour weakness into our own bodies?
Into our own
bodies. Okay, so the Warsong clan is straight edge.
I have news.
The Frostwolf clan has agreed to join forces with ours. Terrific.
The Frostwolf clan has agreed to join its forces with ours. We will unite at the next
Dark Moon.
Dark Moon.
To stop to rend and maim.
First
priority will be to put a stop. Will
be
to put a stop.
To put us
to rend and maim.
Stop. Rend
and maim.
Maim.
Rend and maim. Rend and maim. I just need to know what this is so I know what the next quest is.
Maim.
What's happening next? This seems important, but I can't bear it. Two orc brothers are in league with the humans. They are sabotaging the Horde in exchange for money and favors. I'm going to assume that's what we need to know.
Destiny has brought you to us. Now it takes
unfinished voice work. Also good. Okay. I couldn't bear it anymore. Wow. Thank you for bearing with that. Thank you, Jim Walls.
This is close enough for me. The Zeppelin should be safe here for a while. I'll wait for you.
Where is Thrall? Oh, here he comes. Okay. Let's let Thrall make his descent here. Okay, let me save the game. Because, boy, that was brutal. Okay, so story time with Jess. Thank you for redeeming those channel points, Tom. Maybe I'll tell the story of how I first ended up playing Warcraft. I was home for the summer from college, and my best friend that I'd known the whole time I was growing up still lived in my hometown. I was at home at my parents' house hanging out, and that summer he had discovered Warcraft. I think it was Warcraft 2. I may have played Warcraft 2 before I played Warcraft 1, but he suggested that we dial in with our 28.8 modems and play Warcraft together against one another. And we ended up doing that and ended up spending a lot of our summer spending like a couple hours a day playing around with Warcraft and competing with one another. And it was actually, as far as I know, the first real online game that I ever played with anyone. So yeah, just a dial-up connection and doing some real-time strategy head-to-head competition. But yeah, that's my story. Warcraft, in a weird way, not World of Warcraft, but the earlier Warcrafts were my first gaming experience. We just walked to this slope. Thank you again for redeeming that. No, Thrall doesn't want to walk anywhere. Oh, here he goes, slowly.
That looks pretty steep.
Can we Griswold our way down? This looks like a firm maybe. Boy, the whole game has just slowed to a crawl here. We're getting a cutscene.
Whoa! I can see my house!
Was there an I can see my house from here joke? Snowboarding Thrall is officially the best thing ever. Snowboarding Thrall, here we go. He's gonna be war chief of the Horde. And here he is, snowboarding. Oh my gosh, it's so good, you guys. How could Blizzard have ever canceled this when they made the perfect game? Oh, goodness. Oh, it's so good. I love everything about it. I'm now upgrading this to best game in the Warcraft franchise, maybe best adventure game ever. Hey, Thraknor, we've had a few Zug-Zugs at least, so Zug-Zug has appeared, thankfully. Wow. That is unbelievable. We just went snowboarding with Thrall. I don't know how I can top that. Whoa, what was that horrible sound? Did Thrall just get like a cell phone call? Ew. A wolf carcass. That's a serious wolf. Like how his tongue is just sort of laying out there. I do think, though, this is probably where I'll need to call it a night. I actually have an early morning tomorrow morning and can't play quite as late as maybe I normally would. So I am going to save my progress. Do we have more save slots? Wolf. And I think I'll return to this probably next week for Retro Adventure Wednesday. I think we're about halfway finished, maybe a little more than halfway finished. It's a short game. And now I really want to see where it goes, because if we've already ridden on a flying pig with a jetpack on its back, if we've already snowboarded down a mountain while saying I can see my house from here, who knows what kinds of wonderful experiences await us in the back half of Warcraft Adventures, Lord of the Clans. So thanks everyone for joining me. I stream every Wednesday night, Retro Adventures. I stream other times during the week. If you're new to the channel, I'd appreciate a follow. Certainly I appreciate any support that you can offer the channel in any way. I will mention one last time, it's the last day of September. So there's a discount for subscribing for the next 40 minutes. I don't know at what time it actually ends, but it's a great time to support this channel or any other channels that you love. But mostly I'm just glad to see y'all out here and have somebody to play a weird little game like this with. So I will be ready to call it a night there. Good night to everyone. Take care. Hope you'll join me again next week when I jump back into this. And then throughout October, I'm going to be playing a lineup of spooky games. So I have all kinds of fun stuff planned for that. So keep an eye out. But in the meantime, take care and I'll see you soon.